So again, the Dyersburg Trojans won the toss and deferred to the second half. Ripley will have back deep Gage Barham, and can't see the number of the player on this side. Who is that? Can you see, Tracy?
I can't tell.
Crowder and Barham deep for the Tigers.
Okay, it's Crowder.
Crowder, number 10.
So they're both standing back about the 10-yard line.
Tiger fans, Trojan fans, are you ready for some football?
This should be a good game, Mike.
Well, it should be. This is a very important district game, and it's kickoff time in Tiger Town as the ball is going over the heads and into the end zone of the Ripley Tiger deep backs. So Ripley will have the ball first down and 10 on the touchback at the 20-yard line.
You know, I know me and you talked because I wasn't able to be here last week on count of work, but what it sounded like, Ripley played one of the best ball halves of their, they played all season. And if the Tigers can put two halves together, Mike, the Tigers are, of course, they're still young, but the Tigers are going to be dangerous.
You're exactly right. And the coach Cruz did say that they're probably playing some of their best ball of the year. They're just in the part of the season where they're playing the toughest competition of the year as well. When you play Haywood, Dyersburg, and Covington back-to-back, that's a pretty tall order. The Tigers start out with 2 wide to the left and 2 to the right. Quarterback takes a snap and he hands it off to Cordarian Moore going off the right side as he gains a 2 or 3. It's going to be a short gain, so it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Ripley Tigers.
You know, number 11, Moore, of course, we call him Squirt. He's been the workhorse all year for the Tigers now. I believe last week, he ran for 100 yards or maybe a little more.
He definitely has. He is, I told the coach today, I said, I think he's got more heart than kid I've seen in a long time. He really plays hard. He's in a single set in the backfield. Quarterback takes a snap, wants to throws it into the flat, in and out of the hands of the receiver. It would have been complete had it been caught. It would have been at about 2 yards short at about the 28-yard line, but it goes in and out of the hands of the receiver, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers with 11:24 to go here in the first. No score early.
You know, that was a good throw by Tyler, and Barham went to go catch that ball at back, hit him.
It did. I mean, it bounced off his shoulder pads. And here, the Tigers are going to, well, I said we could draw them off sides, but I think we moved too. And they're going to call a procedure call against the Ripley Tigers, so that'll back us up 5 yards now.
I believe it was number 3, Maitland, on that play, Mike, that jumped.
Yeah, and somebody from the interior line jumped too. I didn't get his number. We had a couple people that jumped. We tried to pull them off sides to give us 3rd and short, and it backfired, and make it 3rd and even longer. So 3rd and 13 from the 17-yard line for the Tigers. And again, the Trojans are undefeated. They come into the game, I think their record is 7-0. As the Tigers have 2 setbacks this time, along with Ross at shotgun formation. They hand the ball to Squirt again, and he's going to be just wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage if he makes it back there. So it's going to be 4th down and a punting situation for the Tigers as the punt squad comes on.
You know, a good job by the Dyersburg defense to contain and close that gap real quick on Moore.
Yeah, we were able to get some yards with him early last week against against Covington, and the previous week against Haywood County. But Dyersburg so far doing a good job of containing him, not letting him get into space. Ross is going to punt, and a flag comes out at midfield. Let's see what the call is going to be.
Clark is deep to receive the punt.
The guy that was 40 yards away from the line of scrimmage is the one that threw the flag. And I think it's going to be too many men on the field for Dyersburg. One trotted off.
That's going to be
so that'll bring it back to where it was. It'll be 4th and 8. Mr. Wheatley standing behind us. He's always counting.
Yeah.
So he knew. So now it'll be, well, it says 4th down and 10 on the board, and that's just about where it's marked. So the Tigers still in punting formation, a low snap, and he's not going to get it off as he's going to be swallowed up at about the 10-yard line. So the Tigers are going to turn it over as he doesn't even get the punt off, as they came just pouring through that offensive line and swallowed him up before he could even get his foot on the ball.
Yeah, you definitely don't want the Tigers to start out this way, Mike, because the Trojans going to have the ball, like you said, on the 10-yard line, and that's just an easy shot for them to get in the end zone.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you can't give them, you can't give a bad team good field position, let alone a good team good field position. I want to give a shout out to all the Ripley Tiger football players that tell me every week that they listen to the broadcast, and give me comments about the game, and I always appreciate that. And they're the reason that I do it. It's for the kids. So I thank you. 10 minutes and 14 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Dyersburg has their first possession. The ball is going to be on the 11-yard line, so first down and 10 from the 11 as they come to the line of scrimmage. They're going to have one wide out to the left and some conversation with the referees and the head coach for Dyersburg, Bart Stowe. So they're going to re-huddle.
Yeah, I don't know what this, well.
They had to talk about something, not sure what that was. I want to give a shout out to my youngest brother also, Steve White, who is listening tonight. Most people from around here, if you know him as Birdman. And I think he's a little under the weather tonight, so I want to give him a shout out. Hope you're feeling better soon. 10:27 on the clock, no score. Dyersburg's first possession. Man in motion from left to right. They hand it to him, going to toss on a sweep, going to the right side, and he's going to pick up about 5 or 6 short of the first down. It'll be second down and 4.
You know, I want to give a shout out to Greg White, too. I hope he's listening, and I hope the Wildcats lose every game this year in basketball.
You know, I actually texted him today, and he said, call me in a few minutes. When I called him, he said, I said, what were you doing? He said, I was in Coach Cal's office picking up my tickets for Midnight Madness tonight.
Wow.
And he said, be sure to watch me on TV. November the 2nd, I'll be coaching for the 4th year in a row for the last exhibition game with the Wildcats. And here comes Dyersburg to the line as they have 2 wide outs that switch from the left to the right. 2-man set in the backfield, quarterback under center, sweep going to the right again. He dodges the first man, and the second one brings him down short of the first down.
That's going to bring up third down, ain't it, Michael? Maybe fourth down.
Third, I believe.
Third.
But the Tigers doing a good job. Hadn't let them in. With only 11 yards to go, they hadn't got the first down yet. So according to the sticks, it looks like it's going to be third down and 2. Yeah, I tease him all the time about being a Wildcat fan, but he went to school there and he lives in Kentucky. So and being a Tennessee fan, I can't say a whole lot to him this year. And here come the Trojans on a 3rd and 2, and they hand the ball off to the running back going off the left side, and he's brought down close. Let's see, depending on the spot.
That's close from here, Mike.
It does. I think he's short.
I do too.
And if that's the case, I think they're going to measure. It's going to be a timeout for measurement, so it's that close. So good job by the Tiger defense on this first offensive drive for Dyersburg as they had the ball first down and 10 from the 11-yard line and got, barely right at 10 yards in 3 plays. So Tiger defense playing pretty stiff here down in the red zone.
If he did get it, it's just by the nose of the ball.
Yeah, it'll just be.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be much.
And they can stretch that chain as much as they can.
He don't have it.
Yeah, he got it. So it'll be first down and goal for Dyersburg as they do get the first down just by an inch or 2. The Tigers defense still playing good as they played stiff again down in the red zone with 9:17 to go in the first. Still no score, but Dyersburg knocking on the door.
Yeah, the defense is being stingy, and of course I think they're on about the 1 yard line or 1
or 2.
line.
And here's quarterback sneak going right up the middle, and he's going to have it. Looks like. And he does. So with 9:09 to go in the first, Dyersburg draws first blood and opens up their score 6-0 over the Ripley Tigers as they get ready for their point after.
You can only think if Tyler had got that ball off, but the offense or defense would have collapsed on him, and it might have been a.
Yeah, if the ball had been down on the opposite end of the field, they may not have gotten that first down, or at least we would have had more than one series to try to stop them. And here's the PAT, and it is good. So with 9:09 to go in the first, Dyersburg draws first blood, up 7-0. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back right after this. And here's the kickoff from the Dyersburg Trojans. It's going to be a deep one as it's going to carry all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So Ripley will have their second possession to start at the same spot, the 20-yard line. as they'll be moving again from the north to the south part of the field.
You know, I'll say this all season, the Tigers need to come out and spread out that offense, Mike, and at least give Squirt and spread that defense out too, and give us enough room to either run the ball or throw the ball.
We haven't tried to pass, and we've been relatively successful in the last couple of games throwing the ball. So let's see what Coach Blake dials up here on this 1st and 10 from their own 20. And Hunter Crowder comes in at quarterback. He's in shotgun formation. And looks like we moved on the offensive line. And that, you know, when you change quarterbacks in and out, you know, everybody's cadence is a little bit different. And that can throw you off. And that looks like that's what happens. It's going to back the Tigers up 5 yards. So they're starting out behind the sticks at 1st and 15 as they're back on their own 15-yard line. One wide out to the left. 2-man set in the backfield. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it to the running back. And he doesn't get much. I think that was Squirt.
Well, that's number 11, Squirt for the Tigers.
He might have picked up a yard, if that. So not much up through the middle against Dyersburg. That front defensive line is doing a good job of not giving Squirt any daylight at all. Same formation this time. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it off to Squirt again. He starts to the right, cuts it back to his left. Really running hard, but just some tough sledding there as he maybe picks up a yard or two off the left side. It's going to be 3rd and about maybe 13 or 14.
And you know, as good as Squirt is, and he's just a sophomore, you know, it's kind of hard to run when you got that many men in the box, Mike. And you know, unless we get a big push and spread it out.
That's exactly right. You know, he's not the biggest guy on the field, even though he might have the biggest heart. He's still got to have a little room to be able to maneuver. In Dyersburg, I mean, they've got a 5-man off defensive front. As the quarterback takes a snap, he rolls to his right, wanting to throw, looking downfield, looking. He's going to be sacked behind the line of scrimmage at about the 9-yard line. So he's going to lose about 7 yards. So it'll be 4th and long again for the Tigers.
Once again, Dyersburg at defense, I mean, they're staying home and following their blocks. I mean, not their blocks, but their assignments.
Yeah, they're definitely. I mean, they're swarming on defense. I mean, they're all over us. We're not getting a good block up front, and
timeout by the Tigers, Mike.
Yeah, the Tigers do take a timeout, which is not a bad thing to do because we want to make sure we get this punt off.
Yeah.
Want to, while we have a moment, mention I was going to mention our cheerleaders, if I could find the list. I think it's in the program, if I can find where it is in the program.
A lot of cheerleaders tonight. They're looking good down there. All right.
Here we go. Bailey Canastra, Taylor Walding, Reagan White, Lindsey Hendren, Delaney Mann, Naisha Gingery, Shelby Odom, Carla Holmes, Lexi Greer, Hannah Chalk, Maddie Payton, and we'll get to the rest of them after this punt. And a referee comes in before the snap. And the referee is counting again. As the flag hits the ground, he's waving it off. I think he thought there were 12 men on the field for Dyersburg, so he waves it off. So we definitely need, the last snap was a little low as well. So we need a good snap and a good quick punt. Here's the snap. It's low, but it looks like he's going to get it off, and he does, just barely, but he does. And it's going to hit and takes a Trojan bounce as it hit about the 35, and bounces back to the 30-yard line. He picks it up.
That should be the Tigers.
Well, he picked it up and started running it, and then he was hit at about the 20-yard line and fumbled it. So Ripley has the ball. They get a new set of downs as the ball hit about the 35-yard line and bounced back toward the 30, And instead of Dyersburg just staying away from it and having a short field, one of their players picked it up and tried to run with it, and then he was hit by a Ripley Tiger and fumbled, so Ripley has the ball, 1st down and 10.
Well, he called fair catch, but he still picked the ball up and dropped it.
Yeah, well, if he didn't touch the ball, you know, I mean, a lot of times they'll try to fake you out by calling fair catch even when you're not even going to catch the ball, just to try to get you to slow down so you don't get the cover. And I didn't see him call that, but at any rate, I'm glad he did touch it because he did fumble the ball. And so this time it's a toss sweep coming this way as Gage Barham has the ball trying to get the edge. And boy, he is grabbed around the neck as he's slung out of bounds. Let's see, that was number 23, I think, for the Tigers. Yeah, Curry on the carry there.
It looked to me like that was horse collar.
Yeah, that looked a little rough to me. I'm not usually one to call one, you know, for being too rough playing football, but it almost looked like they grabbed him around the helmet and just kind of twisted his neck around. But it was no call, so it'll be still a loss on ones. He didn't get the corner, loss of one, so 2nd down and 11 with 6:30 to go in the first. Dyersburg on top, 7-0. 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. And Hunter Crowder takes the ball, and he throws it, and it's complete. He's got the 1st down, and he crosses the 40 out to about the 43-yard line. It was thrown from Crowder to Barham, and it was just a screen pass, quick screen out to the left, and it was caught, and it moves the stick. So first down for the Ripley Tigers.
You know, at first I thought that ball was thrown too high. Well, it was through a little high that but Crowder done a good job bringing the ball down. Or was it Barham that caught it?
I believe it was Barham that caught it. Crowder threw it to him. So this time we have changed quarterbacks as Ross is back in again. 2 wide to either side for the Tigers. And this time Ross is going to run the ball. He goes right up the middle in a nice gain of about 5 yards, right up the gut, because he's going to be just shy of the 50-yard line. And they're going to say he's at the 47.
And that's what I've talked about,
48.
Mike, that we're going to have to do stuff like that. We're going to spread that offense up and let whoever can run the ball.
Yeah, we've got to, you know, do some things different than what they've seen on film because they're obviously prepared for what they've seen on film. 2 wide outs to either side. Ross the quarterback. Moore the single setback, lone setback. And this time Ross is going to pull it down and run it again. And he's got the 1st down as he's across the 50 down to the 46-yard line. So 1st down and 10, Tigers.
Great run by Tyler, great call in by Coach Stigall.
Yeah, good job there as he dropped back. It looked like a design quarterback draw to me. And so that moves the sticks. It's 1st down and 10 Tigers with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
You know, maybe the Tigers can get down here and get this end zone and time the ball game up.
Ripley up to the line of scrimmage. Same formation, 2 wide outs to either side. Moore the lone setback with Ross. Ross wants to throw. He's going to throw a quick pass, and it's complete to Curry out to the 39-yard line. So it'll be a nice gain on a 2nd down or on a 1st down play of about 7. So it'll be 2nd down and 3.
We got Curry coming back next year. Might be just down and 3.
He's a good ball player.
Yes, he is.
So it's 2nd down and 3. Ball at the 39-yard line.
And Dyersburg's going to call a timeout. No, they're not. Excuse me. I thought they called a timeout.
Same formation, 2 wide outs to either side. Moore the lone setback to Ross's right. Takes a snap, will drop straight back, wants to throw under a heavy rush, and they're going to catch him. Oh, he breaks the 1st tackle. Looked like they were going to catch him behind the line of scrimmage. He ends up picking up about a yard or 2. He's going to be just shy of the 1st down. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 for Ripley, as Tyler did a good job of getting out of that almost was a sack, and turned it into a couple-yard gain.
Yes, he did. And we definitely need this right here, on which I believe we're in 4th down territory anyway.
Well, we might try a long field goal with the kicker we've got, but let's just get a 1st down, and we don't have to make that decision. Again, the same formation. And this time Ross is going to run it. He's got the 1st down. He's into the 2nd level. He's going to be pushed out of bounds, but not until he gets to the 26-yard line. So the Tigers have another 1st down. It'll be 1st down and 10 from the 26-yard line for the Ripley Tigers as they're on the march here with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Once again, I believe that should have been Well, Tyler was already out of bounds. They drug him down after he got out of bounds. That should have been an unsportsmanlike conduct.
The Tigers are on the near hash mark. To the far side of the field is the wide side. 2 wide outs both sides.
From the Trojan 26.
Ross, shotgun formation. Moore stands to his right. Ross wants to throw. He's looking. Throws to his right, flushed out of the pocket, wants to throw, throws it, and complete. A good job there as it's caught down at the 15-yard line.
That's Curry, number 23, caught that ball.
And he threw the ball. Curry was coming across on just a crossing route, and he hit him just as right before he got out of bounds. As both of them were about to run out of real estate, and it moves the sticks for the Tigers. So with 3 minutes and 1 second left to go in the first quarter, Ripley down at the 15-yard line with a new set of downs.
You know, the Dyersburg come in expecting to run, but they didn't know that we had some trickery up our sleeve.
This time it's going to be 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Moore still the setback. Ross still in at quarterback. And they missed the handoff there. Ross has to run it himself. It looked like he was intended to hand it off to Moore, and he missed the handoff, but he runs it himself as he follows him up in the hole and picks up about 4 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers. Ball is right at the 10-yard line, or should be around the 9.
Looks like he's on the 11, Mike.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It is the 11. So 2nd down and 6 from the 11. 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Ripley knocking on the door. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Ross in shotgun formation. And there's going to be a 5-yard penalty against Dyersburg as they jumped offside. So it should make it 2nd down and 1 for the Tigers. So a good hard snap count, or a change of the snap count by the Tigers, moves the ball 5 yards. It'll make it 2nd down and 1 for Ripley with 1:50 to go in the opening quarter. Again, Dyersburg 7, Ripley nothing, but Ripley at the 6-yard line.
Let me tell you again, Coach Steedall is doing some great play calling out there, Mike.
Yeah, he usually does, and he's doing it tonight. Wide outs to either side, and a flag comes in again. We got to hope that's against them and not against us. We don't give that 5 back, and it is. So we're going to give that 5 back that we took.
Remember that last play? We're back where we were. It's 2nd down.
So it'll be 2nd down and 6 again. The ball will be back at the 11. I didn't see anyone jump, but evidently someone did as we go under the 1 minute and 30-second mark. Again, still on the near hash mark. Moving from the north end zone toward the south. 1 wide out to either side. 2-man set in the backfield. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it off to Moore. He's got a little bit of room. He gets the edge. He gets inside the 5, and, man, he runs hard, and he's got down to the 1-yard line, almost inside the 1.
There's going to be a flag. I believe it's going to be face mask on Dyersburg.
Yeah, there's definitely a flag. Of course, we're going to decline it. No, it's a holding against us.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I mean, we were going to have 1st down and goal at the 1-foot line, and now that's going to bring up 2nd down and about 21. Boy, they're talking about a very untimely call. That was it.
I'll have to know who that was called on.
Yeah, I'd like to see the replay on that. So they're actually going to spot the ball back at the 11-yard line and call it 2nd down and 8. So I guess it was from the spot, and the spot was right there at where the tackle was made, right at the goal line. Here's the snap. Ross wants to throw. He's flushed out of the pocket, and he gets away from the first man wanting to throw, and the second man is there. He's throwing into the end zone, and broken up. No, touchdown. It looked like it was broken up at the last second. He throws the ball into the back of the end zone under heavy, heavy pressure from the Dyersburg defense, and he throws it to the back of the end zone. A little bit of an arch on it. I wasn't sure it was going to get there. It looked like it was going to be knocked down right at the end, but it comes down complete. So the Tigers are an extra point away from tying this ball game up with 34 seconds to go in the
Don't
first.
you know that the Trojans they're shocked at this right now? They're shocked.
Just like Covington was last week.
Hawkins to attempt.
The Hawkins lines up for the PAT, scores 7-6, and here's the kick, and it is up, and it is good. So with 34 seconds to go in the first quarter, we've got a new ball game as it's tied up. Ripley 7, Dyersburg 7. We'll hold it here. I wanted to also mention that the field looks great tonight. It's painted up for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They've got a white R outlined in pink with the pink ribbon inside the arc, 50-yard line, and they've got one at each 20-yard line on both sides of the field. And the green team does a fantastic job on the field. They always do, and tonight is no exception.
You know, you got to give our hands off to the Tigers on that, Mike. They come in and they, you know, the first couple of series wasn't too good, but I guess they were just checking out to see what Dyersburg defense was going to do. But now they have had to spread open that defense and give our guys. And Tyler done a good job of scrambling.
Oh, Tyler done a fantastic job. That was one of the best jobs of scrambling I've seen him or anybody do all year. There's not many quarterbacks that could have made that throw under that kind of duress. And he actually made another one down there around the 20-yard line when he caught him right before he went out of bounds as they were both running out of real estate. So really good drive for the Tigers as they tie it up. And here's the kickoff. And Hawkins is going to kick it long end over end. It's going to be just shy of the goal line at about the 4. He comes out to the 10, the 15. He's got some room there. We're going to need to stop him. He's in the second level. He breaks it at the 40, coming this way, and he's going to be brought out of bounds finally, or tackled before he gets out of bounds by number 28 of the Tigers, but just shy of the 50-yard line.
On the return.
And number 28 for the Tigers,
It's Trayvon Anderson. He's a junior.
he tackles him at the 47-yard line. So 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. It'll be first down and 10 for the Trojans at their own 47-yard line.
You know, I'm going to tell you this, Mike. I don't care who you are or what team you're playing. No matter if you're 8-0, 7-0, and you're playing a team that's 0-9 or whatever, you cannot take your eye or go into a game expecting that you're going to blow that team out just like Memphis did against Tulane. Tulane beat them 40-something to 24.
That's the reason they play the games. This time they switch two from the left to the right. There'll be two wide outs to the right. It's a toss sweep going to the right. He's got the corner. He's in the second level. He's got the first down and going to be brought down just about the first down marker. It's going to be enough for the first down, I believe. So that will move the sticks and probably be the last play of the first quarter. They'll stop the clock just long enough to move the sticks. And I doubt if Dyersburg will get up to the line and get it snapped before the 10 seconds runs off of the clock.
I think they have to run one more play, Mike. They don't.
Yeah.
That's right. They can just let them.
So they do get up to the line.
Well, they stop the clock at 9 seconds.
Well, I'm not sure why they did that, but Dyersburg will come to the well. Their referee comes in and blows the whistle, so I guess he stopped the clock. We'll have to get a clarification on that from Mr. Wheatley.
Mr. Wheatley, why they stop the clock?
Because the man on the sticks started it. It wasn't started.
Oh, okay.
And somebody called a timeout.
Okay.
So with 9 seconds on the clock, there was a timeout called. And I didn't see who called it, but it remains 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Let's see, they're going to go ahead and wind it on down. So that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. And at the end of one here at Tiny Knee Stadium, Jim Fitzhugh Field and Don Parrish Press Box, the score 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. But we'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with the second quarter right after this. Right to left, they hand it to the man right up the gut. He picks up about 4 as he crosses the 40-yard line and gets to the 40 or 38-yard line. It'll be second down and about 6. First play of the second quarter. Again, Ripley 7, Dyersburg 7.
Tiger done a good job of coming back, not getting down on themselves and coming back scoring that touchdown.
They did. They've got to keep it up for about 3 more quarters, and we'll have ourselves a ball game. Dyersburg, quarterback under center, split backfield, 2 wide outs to the left, toss sweep to the left. And almost we got him in the backfield, but we broke 2 tackles and finally brought down close to the first down marker. I think they're going to say, not sure what they're going to say his forward progress was.
It's going to be close to the first down marker, I believe.
I think they got it at the 39-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 2. Ripley had 2 or 3 chances to catch him in the backfield and got their arms around him, but they were able to shake loose and pick up some more yardage to make it 3rd down and 2 with 10:40 to go in the second. Ripley 7, Dyersburg 7. Quarterback hands it to his tailback going off the left side, and he had 3 people to hit him before he got to the line of scrimmage, but he gets away from all of it and picks up the first down as he gets down to the 29-yard line. 1st down and 10, Trojans.
We're going to have to hit them hard and hit them low and wrap up.
We got to wrap up. We're in position to make these plays. We're just not wrapping up and finishing the play. Dyersburg to the line, split backfield again. They fake the handoff, wanting to throw downfield. He's got a man. It's complete. Now I have to say, even though it's complete,
It should have been picked off.
well, it was just really good coverage. You couldn't cover much better than that, and it does move the sticks for a first down. So it was about a 10-yard pickup as the ball is at the 18-yard line. But he wasn't just running down the field wide open. We did have a man right there with him. But just, like less than a half a step behind him, and the ball was put right on the money, and it's hard to defend that. Dyersburg snaps the ball. They hand the ball off to the running back. He drops it, and the Tigers cover him up. After he fumbles the ball in the backfield, he does recover it, but the Tigers able to catch him in the backfield for a loss.
Good pursuit by the Ripley Tigers on that play.
For a loss of a ball.
So it'll be 2nd down and 12, ball to 20-yard line. Nine minutes and 5 seconds to go in the second. Again, Ripley 7, Dyersburg 7. One wide out to the left. One man set in the backfield, quarterback under center, man in motion. They hand it to the man in the backfield. He plows up the middle and breaks about 3 tackles as he picks up around 5 yards on the first down play.
I don't know if we've done before we did, but he's hard to bring down.
After the team finally got him down, it's 3rd down and 6.
I'm sure Dyersburg is in 4th down territory here. Tigers doing a good job on defense, containing the run.
Number 4 is for Dyersburg is Christopher Russell, 6'2", 225-pound running back, and he's a senior.
Wow.
Quarterback takes the snaps, a toss sweep going to the left. Number 5, and the Tigers do a good job of not letting him get the edge, and he might have picked up a yard. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Trojans.
Makes the stop for Ripley.
And the Trojans are going to bring in their punting unit, their kicking unit, but I'll still be very aware of what they're doing, Mike.
It'll be 4th down and about 4 for Dyersburg with 7:43 to go in the second quarter as they attempt what's this going to be, about a 29-yard field goal. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and
No good, or is it?
it is good.
I thought it was.
So with 7:22 to go in the second quarter, Dyersburg breaks the tie. And now they lead Ripley by the score of 10-7, but I'd call that a moral victory for the Tigers for keeping them out of the end zone.
I do too. The defense did a great job. And let's see if the Tigers can put together another drive and get ahead of the Trojans. So we got the team, we got the talent, we just had to put it all together. I said if the Tigers could ever put 2 halves together, that they're going to be a dangerous team.
Well, hopefully we'll get an opportunity to try to run this back, as we've got a pretty dangerous got some fast guys back there returning the ball. If we can just get somebody up, just need some. A lot of times it's just one block, and you break them down the middle. And we've got some. Let's see, we've got back there. We've got Crowder and Barham back deep to return for the Tigers. Both those guys pretty fast.
They don't want them to get the ball because you notice they've been kicking it in the end zone, keeping us away from the ball.
So they've got it spotted up in the middle of the field, 40-yard line. Is Dyersburg ready to kick off? And here's the kick. It's a low kick this time. It's going to be taken at the 18-yard line, or 14-yard line. It gets across the 20, and he's at the 25, going parallel. Now he loses ground as he tries to get outside on the right side. He's going to be taken out of bounds at around the 22-yard line, looks like. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers at the 22-yard line with 7:13 to go in the second quarter. Dyersburg on top, 10-7.
You know, I don't know how many yards he got going forward. I know how many he got, about 30 going sideways.
On the return.
Yeah, you know, he was trying to get the edge and trying to get away from some pursuit, but sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. But the ball is spotted actually at the 23, so 7:13 to go until halftime. Dyersburg 7, or Dyersburg 10, Ripley 7. Ripley on offense. Ross in at quarterback. Takes a snap. He's wanting to throw. Looking downfield. Fires, and it's incomplete to number 2 on the far sideline. It hit him in the hands, and he just couldn't hold on to it. Number 10 is 2 is Justin Riley, and it falls incomplete. It was about 5 or 6 yards down the field, so it falls incomplete.
Good pass by Tyler.
It was a good pass. Yeah, it was on the money.
Can't miss an opportunity like that. When we get them, we need to capitalize on them.
Second down and 10. Ripley has 2 wide outs to either side. Ross wanting to throw again. Another quick pass, and it's caught this time for a short gain off the right side in the flat.
That was Crowder. I can't tell you. Crowder, I believe. Wasn't it?
9-yard line.
The pass was complete at the 39-yard line, so it'll make it third down and 5. I think that was Barham that caught that.
It might have been.
Well, Barham's lined up on this side this time. I'm not sure who was lined up over there at that time. And it could be Crowder. I can't tell from here. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap. Ross rolling to his right, wanting to throw. It's complete to Barham for the first down. He crosses the 40, and he's going to be brought down at the 44-yard line. So first down and 10, Tigers.
Barham makes the reception.
Great pass, great catch by Barham to keep them trains
The
going.
44. From their own 44.
6:19 on the clock. Ripley has the ball. First down and 10 at their own 44-yard line. They'll break the huddle with 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Ross in at quarterback. Moore a single setback to his left. Man in motion from right to left, and they're going to hand it to him. He's trying to get outside. He's got a blocker in front of, and a good block as he's pushed out of bounds, but he gets the first down, or right at the first down mark. And I've got to give a big shout out to Moore, who normally carries the ball, but he made the block that actually that set him free on the edge. And let's see, they're going to say he's about a football short, if that. I'm surprised they don't measure it.
That's close, Mike.
I mean, when they've got them the sticks that close, it looks like they'd measure it, but they're not doing it. So it'll be second down and inches for the Tigers at the 46-yard line of the Trojans. 2 wide outs to either side again. Moore lines up to the right of the quarterback this time. Here, and Ross is going to run it himself, and he's going to be hit at about the line of scrimmage.
Ross on the draw.
He should have that, Mike.
Well,
That's
according to
close.
the spot on this side, it looks doubtful. But
You got 2 different referees out there getting 2 different spots.
So it's going to be 3rd down now in inches.
And mighty close to the first down. It's 3rd.
And I thought they should have measured it.
I do too, they should have been measuring it.
Because I thought the first time that it would have been 2nd down was when they should have measured it, because it looked like it was closer then. And I didn't see somebody called a timeout.
The referee walking over to their main ref called a timeout.
And let's see if they're going to measure. Again, it looked closer before that last play than it does on this play.
I thought Tyler got it when he did that. But
They're winding the clock, so I'm not sure. They didn't measure it, so I'm not sure what they're doing. I guess they know.
I mean,
I hope they know. Wide outs to either side for the Tigers. Now they move 2 out to the left, 1 to the right, two-man set in the backfield. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it off to Moore as he's got the first down. It looks like. Yeah, he got it because he was at the 40-yard line. So he got the first down. That'll move the sticks at the 45-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10, Tigers. And I want to, I forgot to mention earlier that touchdown that Ripley scored, that is sponsored by Bank Tennessee, and that's a $25 donation to the Ripley High School football program. So thank you to Bank Tennessee. 4:40 to go until halftime. Dyersburg 10, Ripley 7. Ripley to the line, 2 wide outs to either side. Shotgun formation. Moore lines up to the quarterback's left. Takes a snap. He's wanting to throw. Good block, but he's going to be sacked in the backfield for about a 9 or 10 yard loss. And I was watching Moore, and Moore, you couldn't ask for a running back to block any more or any better than he does. And he sold out on his block, and his man did not make the sack. Unfortunately, there was about 3 more that came through from the inside that did make the sack. So it'll bring up 2nd down and about 18, 17. As they're back across the 50 now on their own end of the field. It's this time 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right, empty backfield. Ross in at quarterback, takes a snap, looking to throw, and he gets it off, and it's complete. He threads the needle, and it's a 1st down as he throws it to Moore.
who threw that ball more?
Yeah, he threaded the needle. He threw it between 3 different defenders, and Moore comes down with it. Now they're looking at the spot. Yes, they're saying now they give him the 1st down. So that'll be a new set of downs for the Tigers from the 35-yard line with 3:34 to go until halftime. Ripley gets a new set of downs.
That's the best throw I've seen Tyler make, especially in that tight of coverage, Mike.
It was tight coverage, and he was under pressure as well, and you just can't ask for anybody to throw the ball any better than that. He threaded the needle. And he stands back at 40 as he's wanting to throw. He rolls to his right again on his 1st down play. And a long pass downfield. He's got a man, and it falls incomplete. I'm not sure if it was broken up or it just wasn't able to bring it in, but it falls incomplete. That pass was intended for
Hunter, I believe Hunter Crowder, wasn't it?
It was intended for Barham.
Barham.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 with 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go until halftime. From the 35-yard line, the Tigers have the ball, and they trail 10-7. If they could get close enough to even get 3, they could tie this thing up at halftime, but we'd love to take the lead going into halftime as they will get the ball, Dyersburg, to start the 2nd half. 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. Tigers wanting to throw again, throwing into the flat. It's complete. And he breaks 1 tackle, and the host of Trojans bring him down, but he picks up about 6 or 7 on that 2nd down play.
It's going to be number 3, Maben, caught that ball that time, Mike.
A good catch by Maben. And they're saying it's about a 5-yard pickup, so 3rd down and 5.
I believe we're in Caleb Hawkins' range right here
Oh,
anyway.
yeah, I think you're right. We'd be kicking from around the 35, so it'd be about a 45-yard field goal, and he's made up, 52, I think, this year. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. And we pull them off sides. It was 3rd down and 4, or 3rd down and 5, so that should be right at a 1st down mark. Offsides against the Trojans. So a good, smart, hard snap count by the Tigers, and that does move the sticks. So with 2:30 to go until halftime, Ripley will have the ball 1st down and 10 at the Trojan 25-yard line.
You know, I never understood. Of course, I never played football, but it looks to me like, and I know you're listening to the count, but it looks to me like that they would look more at the ball.
Well, that's what you're coached to do, but it's just hard to block that out because you just get used to hearing it. Here's the snap, and the quarterback drops straight back, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield this time as they come from both sides and up the middle and just collapse the pocket on him. No chance to get rid of the ball. And so it's going to be a loss on the play of around 7 or 8 yards as we're at 1:50 to go until halftime. Two wide to the left, two wide to the right. Moore lines up to Ross's left. Quarterback drops straight back, wanting to throw. He's got a man into him quick, and he throws the ball in the flat, and it's complete to number 23. I think that's Curry. And he doesn't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage, but it was 3rd and 16. He probably picked up maybe 5 or 6 of it. And looks like he picked up almost 6. It's going to be 3rd down and 11.
3rd and 11.
With 1 minute and 26 seconds left until halftime. One of the good things about this drive, other than we're moving the ball and getting first downs, is Dyersburg doesn't have the ball.
That's right.
So the Tigers have passed the ball better this year than I've seen us throw the ball in years. Two wide to the left, two to the right. Moore lines up to Ross's right. Ross takes a snap, wanting to throw. He's got a man coming, and he's complete.
First down.
He's got the ball down inside the 5-yard line and a touchdown with 1 minute and 19 seconds left until halftime. Ripley takes the lead. The score now, Ripley 13, Dyersburg 7 with 1:19 to go. And he threw the ball in. He threw it at about the 5-yard line, and he was able to carry it on into the end zone to give the Tigers the first lead of the game.
I don't know who caught the ball. Was it Barn?
I couldn't tell. He was in a lot of traffic, and he was on the far side on the end zone, and I couldn't see who it was, but it was good, and the kick is now
Right down the middle, Mike.
good. So with 1:19 to go until halftime, Ripley takes the lead 14-10 as Dyersburg fans look shocked on the far side.
You know, not taking anything away from Dyersburg, but we come in tonight wanting this ball game. Now, I don't know what the outcome's going to be, but it don't matter. This is Ripley football right here, Mike.
Well, you know, we've played 3 games like this, at least in the first half. We played Haywood, we played Covington, and so far in this game, the first half, the crowd has been into the game. The Ripley football team has been in the game, and this has been really what I would call old-time Big Ten football.
And you know that the coaches they're carrying this program into the right direction.
Oh, there's no doubt. You know, this time last year, we weren't competing. We were just showing up, and, you know, we really just weren't competing, especially at this level. I know the coaches were coaching hard and the kids were playing hard, but we just hadn't quite turned the corner. And we hadn't quite got over the hump yet, but we're reaching the crest of it.
That's right.
So Hawkins will be kicking from the near hash mark from his 40-yard line to Dyersburg.
When he's just down deep in the end zone.
Yeah, we definitely don't give them an opportunity to run it back because they have 3 men back deep. And they don't want it to go into the end zone because they want one of those 3 to get the ball. So let's see if Hawkins can put it in the end zone with 1:19 to go until halftime. Here's the kick, and it's an onside kick, or a short kick actually, high and short. And so and again, that's a smart play too.
Yes, it was.
Even though they got the ball at the 40-yard line, we didn't get it to one of their backs that could have ran it back all the way back for a touchdown. So we got 1:15 left to go. And Dyersburg will have the ball 1st down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Now, it was an opportunity we had there to actually hit him and make him fumble as the ball was kicked high into the air. It came down right at the 40-yard line, so it gave our guys time to get down and cover. But fortunately, he held on. Fortunately for them, he held on to the ball, and we didn't get the fumble. But it's 1st down and 10 from the 40-yard line for Dyersburg with 1:15 to go until halftime. They take a snap, they hand it to the running back going off the left side, number 8, and he picks up about 9 yards going on to the other side, but that'll keep the clock running unless they call timeout. If they keep the ball on the air or out of the air, and Dyersburg takes a timeout. So with 1:03 to go until halftime, Dyersburg's going to burn one of their timeouts. Not sure how many they've got left.
I think that Ripley called that timeout, Mike.
That was Dyersburg.
Oh, was it? Okay.
They pointed toward Dyersburg.
Oh, okay. Well, I just seen this referee right here go this way, so I
Yeah,
just
that's Dyersburg.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's right.
So we've got 1 minute and 3 seconds left until halftime, and Ripley is on top of Dyersburg, 14-10,
Don't
and
you know Dyersburg shot?
yeah,
I'm shot a little bit, ain't you?
and I am pleasantly surprised.
Hannah Carroll, Ashley Gray,
Oh, I never did finish naming our cheerleaders. I got caught up in the game,
Hannah Chalk,
and I got down to the last patch of it, and I don't want to leave anyone out. I just got to find that page again.
Abby Songroff, and Coach Ginger Hearn. And an assortment of little cheerleaders
Well,
as
they
well.
had to do it in the
Great
second
job
half. So
tonight.
far, I haven't been able to find it, and the Tigers are back up to the line of scrimmage, or the Trojans are. And they're wanting to throw here, looking downfield, and the Tigers flush him out of the pocket. He's running, he's got a man downfield, and it's complete. And if Tigers can keep him in bounds, and they do, he picks up the first down, but it's down to 52 seconds to go. And so when they move the sticks, it will be, the clock will run
Makes the stop.
as the ball is going to be spotted at the 42-yard line.
We sure had him in the backfield. If we could have just wrapped him up, they would have lost
Yeah,
like
we
15
did a
yards.
good job of getting to him and putting pressure on him. The clock should be running. I don't see it moving yet. Dyersburg lines up with 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and now Ripley takes a timeout.
Timeout. Tigers.
I think that's the second time out on the Tigers this half, Mike.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, here we are, back with the cheerleaders. See if I can find where I left off, okay. Taylor Land, Lily Carmack,
Our cheerleaders.
Rachel Jackson,
Taylor Land is Miss Congeniality.
Paige Hardy,
Second mate is Bailey
Carney
Conster.
Rose,
First mate is Reagan White. And Miss Ripley
Hannah Carroll,
is Delaney
Alexis
Mann.
Crowder, Amber Murphy, Brianna Shelton, and Abby Sondergraf. So those are your Ripley High School football cheerleaders for this year. The captains this year was Delaney Mann, Naisha Gingery, and Lindsay Hendren. So those are your captains for the Ripley High School football team cheerleaders this year. Also, I want to take this opportunity to give the coaching staff for the Ripley High School team as head coach, second-year head coach Justin Cruz, Blake Stigall, offensive coordinator, Jordan Garner, offensive and defensive line coach, Tim Grapes, wide receiver and DB coach, Marcus Montgomery, offensive defensive line, and Jonathan Rice, wide receiver and DB coach. First down and 10, Dyersburg, as they come to the line. They hand the ball off to number 4 on a big hole on the left side, and I don't know if anybody's going to catch him. They're not. He's going to go into the end zone and take the lead with 43 seconds to go until halftime. I'm hoping there's a flag, and there is a flag on the field.
Holding against Dyersburg, I hope.
That should be what it is, coming back.
Yeah. A block in the back.
And it's going to be a hold against Dyersburg, and that evidently happened around the 40-yard line. So that will move them back and negate that touchdown, as they wanted to regain the lead before halftime.
That's just not the way to do it.
Now, and I wondered if, I was hoping that it was a hold for him to be have that big a hole to run down, because he was running downhill and it was a big hole. But it's going to bring up now 1st down and 7, ball at the 39-yard line with 43 seconds to go until halftime.
First down, 7.
One wide out to the right this time for Dyersburg, split backfield. Quarterback fakes the handoff. He's wanting to throw. He's got 3 men in the pattern, and it's caught. I mean, that was a fantastic catch. We had great coverage on him. The ball was put in the only place it could be. It was thrown over the outside shoulder of the receiver, and he came down with it with one arm.
Barn, I believe, that had him covered, but Barn still had good.
He had great coverage on him.
Timeout.
So Dyersburg will take a timeout with 36 seconds to go, as they would like to take the lead before halftime. And 9 times out of 10, you don't make that catch. That was just an extraordinary throw and catch.
Yeah, the receiver did a good job of watching where the ball was.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback put it the only place it could be for him to catch it and Barham not to knock it down. So we have 36 seconds left again until halftime. Ripley on top, 14-10, but Dyersburg knocking at the door. It's according to where the ball is set. It's first down and goal from the 10. Again, the big important number here, 36 seconds left until halftime. Plenty of time to run 2 or 3 plays, so the Tigers need to tighten up on defense and bow their backs.
It's first and 10 from the 10-yard line for the
So
Trojans.
you get some of them big linemen in that backfield.
You know, need to put some pressure on them. 2 wide outs to the left. Split backfield, quarterback under center. Quarterback takes the snap. He hands it off to the number 4 running back. He goes to right and left and into the end zone. He goes untouched. He basically cut back across the grain. He ran off between right guard and right tackle and then cut back across the field and goes into the end zone to take the lead now 16-14 as they get ready for their point after. It'll be 31 seconds left when the Tigers get the ball back.
You know, maybe we can get somewhere close to Caleb's range and just kick it in, Mike, and tie this thing up.
That would be ideal. They line up now for their point after. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's blocked. No good. So that keeps it a 2-point ball game. Dyersburg 16, Ripley 14. So the Tigers will get the ball to start for their last chance here in the first half as they trail by 2 with 31 seconds to go on the clock. Ripley will still have a shot. I know you said Ripley had it used 2 timeouts, so they'll only have 1. They'll really have to work the sidelines to get the ball down, work it downfield in order to have a shot for a field goal before halftime.
I think that's right, Mike, but I could be wrong.
I think you are right. I think they've used at least 2.
And I know Dyersburg should be out of timeouts.
Dyersburg's got 1 according to Mr. Wheatley. How many Ripley got? I think they've taken at least 2. I'm not sure, though.
Will it be good if we got 2? So we're getting ready for Dyersburg to kick off. People around West Tennessee that see this score on the internet, they will be surprised, even if it stays 16-14. And what's in our favor is that we got a kicker that can kick it from the 50-yard line.
Yeah, we've got as Coach Cruz says, we've got, if not the best kicker in the state, we've got one of the best, if not the best. And here comes the kickoff for Dyersburg, and they roll it on the ground. It's going to bounce and be taken at the 18-yard line by number 3, and he's trying to get outside. He gets to the 30 and dances forward and gets out to about the 33-yard line. 30 seconds left on the clock. That was Curry on the carry, and so it'll be first down and 10 for Ripley. Oh, excuse me, that was Mabin, Cedric Mabin, I believe, on the carry, or on the return. 29 seconds on the clock, first down and 10. Ripley will have the ball at their own 30. Looks like they hadn't put the ball down yet. Looks like it's going to be at the 33-yard line. So again, the Tigers will they need some big plays, and they need to work the sidelines. You know, it'd be nice to get, we could pick up 35, 40 yards. It'll be 2 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right, the ball on the near hash mark. No, it's 2 wide to the right and to the left. Ross in at quarterback. Moore stands at running back to his left. Here's the snap, wanting to throw, looking. Now he steps up in the pocket to get rid of it. He's got to throw it, and he does. And it's complete for a first down. And he is pushed out of bounds, but not until he gets to the 40-yard line. So a nice pick up there of 25, 30 yards. And he was actually I don't think Ross saw him, but he had a defender coming at him hard from behind. He let the ball go, and it was complete down the far side. So it was 15 seconds on the clock. Ripley has the ball, first down and 10 at the Trojan 40-yard line.
I would get one more pass and get out of bounds and let Caleb come in and kick the field goal, right?
Well, I wish I could have seen who caught that ball, because that was a good catch and a good run after the catch. I want to say it was Mabin also, but I'm not sure. But kudos to whoever that was. Ross takes a snap, wanting to throw again, looking, flushed out of the pocket, and fires it, and it's complete short. And that is to, I believe, Gage. And we've got 5 seconds left on the clock. And the ball is going to be, it's a first down, but most importantly, it's at the 26-yard line. 5 seconds to go. Ripley will take a timeout and get ready for their field goal. So Ripley will have an opportunity to take a 1-point lead into halftime. Now remember, Dyersburg will get the ball to start the second half. So, as I said last week, and which is true every game, and everybody knows it, that they typically say the first 5 minutes of the second half will set the tone for the second half. So we need to when they get the ball to start, we need to come out and play some good defense and get a 3 and out, or at least not allow any points at all for us to get the ball back and take the lead into our first offensive series in the second half.
Well, they are bringing Caleb in, and Caleb is going to try a field goal, Mike. It's going to be a 50-yard field goal.
Well, it'll be a 44-yard field goal. So Hawkins attempts a 44-yard field goal from the far hash mark with 5 seconds on the clock, and the Tigers trail 14-16. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. It's long,
Good!
And it is good. So as time expires here in the first half, Ripley will take a 17-16 lead in at halftime. So the Tigers, again, will be on defense when they come out to start the second half. But a fantastic half of football here by the Ripley Tigers as they take the lead into halftime. The score 17-16, Ripley over Dyersburg. And so we'll be back with the third quarter in about 15 or 20 minutes. So stay tuned to 1570 WTRB. And second half of the Ripley versus Dyersburg game here in Ripley, Tennessee. The Ripley Tigers lead the Dyersburg Trojans by the score of 17-16 at halftime. Dyersburg undefeated to this point, but they will get the ball to start the second half. Some scores from around West Tennessee are Decatur County, which is Riverside. They are our next opponents. They are leading Houston County 14-0. That's the first quarter score. Hardin County, halftime, leading Lexington 17-0. Covington 21, South Gibson 7. McKenzie 7, Peabody 34. Again, our score here, Dyersburg 16, Ripley 17. Adamsville 6, Union City 6. Lake County 14, West Carroll 7. So the Tigers are already lined up on the field as they're ready to kick the ball off and get this second half started. As some of us mentioned at halftime, we just need to pick up where we left off.
That's exactly right, Mike. And don't take the pedal off the floor either. Just keep pouring the gas to it.
That's right. So
Hawkins needs to get it in the end zone.
the main thing we've got to do is not allow them a cheap touchdown here in this early going of the third quarter and be able to get the ball back with the lead. So Hawkins is lined up to kick the ball off. And here's the kick. It's a long kick this time, and it's going to roll down and go out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. So they'll bring the ball out to the 35. And at least that keeps it out of their hands so they can't return it long on us. So it'll be first down and 10 for for Dyersburg as we start the beginning of play in the second half.
So even if it went in the end zone, it still would have come out to 35.
No, it would have been a 20.
20.
That's actually a penalty when it goes out of bounds.
Okay. We don't need to give them no more than they need.
35-yard line.
Now, I don't know, his leg had been bothering him, so I don't know if he's not able to kick it all the way to the end zone, or maybe they just don't want to put that much pressure on his leg and save it for the field goals, maybe. I'm guessing.
He showed done a good 44 one while ago.
They did, and that was what gave the Ripley the lead. On the last play of the first half, Ripley took the lead with a 44-yard field goal by Hawkins. Dyersburg comes to the line of scrimmage, one wide out to the right, split backfield, and they're wanting to throw. As they got one man in the pattern, they throw it incomplete out into the flat. And a fantastic job there on defense by the Ripley Tiger defender, number 25, which was Philander Drain. And they had one man running long downfield, and he was covered well by the Ripley Tigers, so he dumped it off to his safety valve, and it wasn't a great throw, but it was good coverage by the Tigers, so it'll bring up second down and 10. The ball is actually spotted, still spotted at 35. The scoreboard says 27. That's the reason I questioned myself. It'll be 2 wideouts to the right this time for Dyersburg. This time they go in shotgun formation for the first time. They put their running back wide to the left. Quarterback's looking to him, wanting to throw, and they're going to throw it over the middle for a completion, and he's got one man to beat, and the Tigers are going to bring him down inside the 20 at around the 11, 12-yard line, and he was running wide open just right down the middle of the field, uncovered.
And that was Maybe that called it.
And Mayburn did a fantastic job of running him down from behind and stopping him before he could get in the end zone, because if it had been a faster player, he would have been gone.
And a great pass by the quarterback for Dyersburg, too, Mike.
Great pass and terrible coverage by the Tigers.
Bad.
So Dyersburg knocking on the door early. The ball is spotted at it looks like around the 12-yard line. Go back under center. They hand the ball to the running back going off the left side. He starts outside, breaks it back inside, back outside, and he's going to be in a fumble at the end of the play. Let's see who's got it.
Ripley saying they got it, but we don't know.
And Dyersburg's going to have the ball. It's going to be second down, close to the first down mark. So with 11 minutes to go in the third, it'll be second down and about 3 for Dyersburg.
That'd have been good if we had been.
Oh, it'd been huge. That would have been a break that we needed. Dyersburg will break the huddle. They go back under center the last play, and they're back in shotgun this time. No, they're back under center again. They've got 2 men in the backfield. They hand it off to number 4 this time. He goes off the right side, and he's into the end zone for a Trojan touchdown. So with 10:33 to go in the third, Dyersburg will regain the lead to make the score 22-17, Dyersburg.
We got to do a better job on it in that secondary, Mike, as far as catching that ball. I guess they're going for 2.
So they're lined up for their point after. With 10:33, they're up 22-17 as they line up for the 2-point conversion as the quarterback under center. They're trying to make up that point they missed earlier, and they hand the ball to the running back. No, they fake it to him. Now they're trying to run it. The quarterback's going to run it himself. He goes around the right side into the corner of the end zone and slips on the track after he gets into the end zone, but he pops right back up, so he's okay. He just barely made the front corner of the end zone. He wanted to throw the ball as he rolled out to his right. The Tigers did a good job of covering him, but everybody back in coverage, nobody up to help with the quarterback run, and there's an injured Trojan down on the field, number 33. And number 33 for Dyersburg is Davon Henderson. He is a 5'11", 200-pound senior.
I noticed a while ago that number 25 was a sophomore for Flanders Grain. Another good player, running back and linebacker, coming back for the Tigers next year. Playing a lot of young people.
Yeah, the Tigers are relatively young. And they've got some of their youth are, they've gotten a lot of playing time this year, and so it's going to bode well for the future. But the Tigers hope's still in for the playoffs this year, so Tigers definitely have a game next week, and that will be at Parsons against Riverside. And then depending on, the Tigers have an open date the next week, and then depending on the outcome of that game as to whether they will play in postseason or not. So, and that, of course, we could take care of that tonight with just a win. A win wouldn't make any difference who won that last game against Haywood and O'Brien. But if we don't win, then it will come down to that game.
To the game that we played against O'Brien?
To the O'Brien-Haywood game.
Okay.
My understanding from Coach Cruz, if we don't win this game tonight, then it'll come down to the final game against O'Brien against Haywood. If Haywood wins, Ripley's in. If O'Brien wins, O'Brien's in, Ripley's out. But if we win tonight, we're automatically in no matter what happens in that game. So Coach is not trying to look down the road. Let's win this game, and we can control our own destiny. Trojans lined up for the kickoff as they lead 24-17.
Well, she kick it out.
And here's the kick, and it's a long end-over-end kick. It's going to go back to the goal line, and he goes into the end zone, gets 1 foot into the end zone. And they're still running the ball, but the referee waved his arm. Crowder was on the carry. I saw the referee wave his arm like if he stepped. It looked like he put his back foot into the end zone, but evidently maybe he was just saying that the ball didn't go into the end zone. Either way, we've got the ball at the about the 24-yard line, 23-yard line. First down and 10 for Ripley. 10:23 to go in the third. The Tigers trail 24-17. Tigers will come to the line with 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Ross at quarterback, and Moore stands as the lone setback to his left. Looks like a pass play, and it is. He's rolling to his left, wanting to throw. He's going to be hit and sacked at the 10-yard line. Ross dropped at his own 10, and so that's going to be about a 13-yard loss. Well, they're going to say it looks like they're going to spot him at about the 13-yard line.
Well, you either got to throw it or you got to run it. But, it's hard to do both. If you got a man that's covered, Mike, you're either going to have to take off or just throw the ball out of bounds.
9:50 to go. It'll be second down and about 25 for Ripley. Second down and 20. Man in motion from left to right. It's a toss, or they hand the ball to the man in motion, trying to get on the edge, and he just gets to the edge, and that's it. And he's going to lose about 2 yards on that play. So the Tigers going backwards. It'll be third down and around 22 for the Tigers.
Third down.
We started the first quarter out like this, and
Yeah.
finally brought it on. But we need to, like you say, we don't need to pound the back if we be going forward.
So a huge third down play for here for the Tigers. Third and 22. 9 minutes to go in the third. Tigers trail 24-17. Ross wants to throw, drops back. He's looking now. He's going to pull it down. A flag. Well, the referee pulled the flag out, had it in his hand to throw it up into the air, and then puts it back in his pants, and does not call whatever he thought he was going to see. And so we end up with a loss on the play of about 4. So it's going to be fourth down and 25 or so for the Tigers as they're back inside the 10-yard line at around the, hard to see from this angle, but somewhere around the 8-yard line, as Ross is going to stand at his own goal line to punt the ball away.
Coach and defense come out, what the offense did too, Mike, to make a statement. But the Tigers, we got good talent. We can come back and do the same.
And they're looking for a block here. So they've got every man up, and they do. And Ross is going to just pull it down and run it this time. And he gets out to the 20 and the 25 and to about the 25, 4-yard line.
He
And
almost made the first down.
well, he picked up, he got back to the 25, and it looked like they had the opportunity to either block the punt or tackle him in the end zone for either a safety or a touchdown for them. So that was just a fantastic play by Ripley. Of course, I saw there was 10 men up on the line for Dyersburg. They were coming after it, and so that was a good play for Ripley just to avoid giving him the easy score.
We've done good up at this point. We don't need to lay back and let them get 2 scores upon us, Mike.
First down and 10 from the 25-yard line as Dyersburg has the ball. 3 wide to the left, shotgun formation, and they're wanting to throw a swing pass, and a good job there, hit by the Tigers. 3 Tigers hit him for about a 10-yard loss, and it was complete, just a swing pass. And the first Tiger hit him, and he kind of shook him off, but there were 2 more Tigers right there, and so they're going to say that his forward progress is that gets him back to the 32-yard line. 32-yard line, so 7-yard loss instead of a 10-yard loss. Second down, 17 from the 32 with 7:35 to go in the third quarter. Again, Dyersburg leads 24-17. Quarterback will go back under center this time. He's got 1 wide man to the right. It's a toss sweep coming this way. And there's a big hold on the corner, and he's down inside the 20 into 15 and finally brought down at about the 12-yard line. It was a huge hold on this side. Everybody in the press box saw it, but the referee didn't call it.
There is a flag.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we did.
It's a hold against the Trojans.
So that it will come back.
Well, his flag ain't yellow to the rest of them. He may need to wash his flag.
So it's a hold, and it goes against Dyersburg, and that'll back them all the way up to the 42-yard line. So they're going to be second down, and long. Second down and 32. Second down and 25 from the 42-yard line. Dyersburg will break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage, one wide out to the left, quarterback under center, split backfield, wing back in motion. Quarterback wants to throw. He's looking over the middle. He's got a man wide open.
That's just poor coverage on the Ripley Tiger defense.
And he's going to score easily with 6:53 to go in the third quarter. And we had, it looked like an outside linebacker was supposed to run with him, and he never ran with him, and didn't really look like he turned around and looked back. So they give up an easy touchdown to Dyersburg as they open up the score now 30-17 as they line up for their point after.
You know, that's just, you got 11 men, you cover your man.
Here's the hold, and the kick is up and good. So with 6:53 to go in the third quarter, it's Dyersburg 31, Ripley 17. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with the kickoff right after this. As we're ready for the Trojan kickoff, after their touchdown run or touchdown pass to make the score, 31-17, with 6:53 to go, Dyersburg kicking the ball off as they get two quick scores, just one right after the other, and early going to the third quarter, the Tigers have got to have an answer here.
Yeah, that was just poor coverage on that secondary for the Tigers.
That was non-coverage.
Yeah.
And actually, they're offsides on the kickoff. I don't see a flag, but they actually did pass the line where the ball was before the kick was made. And the ball is caught, and the Ripley Tiger breaks out into the second level as he crossed. Barnes runs the ball hard. He took it back around his 10-yard line. Looked like he was going to be stopped around the 25 and breaks it out, and it's not finally brought down until he gets across to about the 35-yard line. So a good hard run by Barnes.
You know, the Tigers need to come out here, Mike, and make a statement. Even we'll still be down a touchdown, but we still need to come out and make a statement.
From their own 35,
so Dyersburg
will have it first
back on
and 10.
defense, Ripley on offense, first down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. Dyersburg 31, Ripley 17, 6:42 to go in the third as Ripley comes to the line of scrimmage with two wide outs to the left, two to the right. This time Crowder's in at quarterback, shotgun formation. Moore stands to his left. Here's the snap, and he's wanting to throw. He throws it over the middle, and he overthrows it, almost picked off by Dyersburg, and the ball does fall incomplete, so it'll be second down and 10 for the Tigers.
Second down, 10.
Give a shout out to Mickey tonight running the board. Appreciate Mickey doing that back at the station. She said she was having a fit with a hole in it tonight. I'm not sure what that means. Next time you see her, ask her.
Fit with a hole in it.
Second down and 10 for the Ripley Tigers. Ball still on the 35-yard line. Crowder's your quarterback. Two wide to either side. Man in motion from left to right. That man is Barham, and it's a toss sweep to him. Now he's going to throw the ball, and he's got a man downfield, and it's picked off, and a flag comes in the backfield too. And then the ball is fumbled at the end of the play, and Ripley has the ball, but we got to see what this penalty is on the back side of this, on the back side of the play.
I hope it's against Dyersburg. Illegal shift.
Yeah, so it's all going to be for naught. If it was a pre-snap penalty, and it looks like the Tigers are walking back.
Would the ball go back to where the original line of scrimmage was?
Well, then they'll mark the penalty off.
How many calls did Dyersburg got tonight?
Illegal procedure.
Not many,
against the
if they got
Tigers.
any.
Not
I
many.
know they got a block in the back or holding.
So the ball will go back to the original line of scrimmage, then they'll mark the shift off. And so the ball will go back from the 30 to the 35-yard line, so it'll be second down and 15 for Ripley after the interception that ended up in a fumble that the Tigers recovered. It was down around the 30-yard line, so that's a difference of about 40 yards for the Tigers in field position. 6:27 to go in the third. Dyersburg 31, Ripley 17. As Ripley breaks the huddle, comes to the line, 2 wide outs to either side. Ross back in at quarterback. Moore is the tailback. And the ball goes through the quarterback's hand. He's got to pick it up. And he needs to, he breaks through and is running the ball. He's across the 30 and turns at the 33-yard line. So it'll be second down. He ends up, instead of losing about 15 on the play, he's going to pick up about 3. It'll be third down and around 12 for Ripley. The ball is spotted at the 34-yard line.
Tyler done a good job of breaking that tackle, but he just stopped. He just should have just kept on going.
It'll be 2 wide to the left, to the right as, let's see, Crowder comes back in at quarterback.
Well, they're doing the Wildcat, looks like, Mike.
Yeah, it's like they may snap it directly to Squirt, and they don't. They snap it directly to Mabin, and he starts to his right, and then cuts back across the field. And he lost his balance. He was breaking back across, and there was some space, some green out to the left, but he couldn't quite get there, so it'll bring up fourth down for the Tigers. And a little trickery there by the Ripley Tigers, a play I haven't seen them run this year. And just didn't work out the way we wanted it to, so it remains fourth down and 12 with 5 minutes to go in the third. 31-17, Trojans over Tigers. And they've got 8 up on the line. And the ball rolls back to the punter. He gets it off, gets a good punt off, but it's a high punt. And he calls fair catch at the 32-yard line. That's where Dyersburg will have it, and they'll go to work on offense. First down and 10 from their own 32 on the far hash mark.
You know, I guess in the first half we played so good. I get the second half coming out, Mike. I guess we just ran out of gas. I mean,
We'll see.
Because I mean, we're down to. I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah.
We just need to stiffen up here.
So the Tigers back on defense with 4:44 to go in the third, and they trailed 31-17. So far tonight, every time the Trojans have been in shotgun formation, they pass the ball. They will be under center this time. Split backfield, wide out, one to the left. Quarterback takes the snap. It's a toss sweep to the left, and they've got some blocking out in front. And he's hit at the 40-yard line, and he's going to be brought down right at the 40, so it'll be a pickup of around 7. Bring up second down and 3.
7 yards.
Right now, all Dyersburg are doing is playing clock.
So they spotted at the 41, so it'll be second down and 2. Clock continues to run, 4:12 to go in the third. Quarterback under center, split backfield. They hand it to the big running back. He's hitting the backfield, and the ball comes loose. Ripley's ball. Ripley recovers a fumble with 4:02 to go. Ripley has new life because they'll have the ball inside the 40. And so the Tigers have an opportunity to get back within 1, as looks like Ross is going to go back in at quarterback. Or as he's going back onto the field, we'll see if he plays wide out or quarterback.
Well, we need to come out with the same plays we did the first quarter, Mike, and get it. When you have stuff like this, these fumble turnovers, you've got to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
No matter if you get 3 out of them, you still got to capitalize on it.
So it'll be 1 wide out to the left, this side. That'll be Barham as the Tigers are going from the south to the north end zone. And it'll be 2 to the right. That'll be Crowder and I believe Mabin split out to the top. 2-man set in the backfield. Ross is the quarterback. Takes a snap, good snap. He's wanting to throw. He's throwing. He's going to make a long pass downfield. And
He caught that ball.
Let's see if he stayed in bounds.
Yes, he did.
So a long pass complete down inside the 10-yard line. So that was
I believe it's on about the 5-yard line, isn't it, Mike?
that was about a 40-some-odd pass, 40-yard pass. I think they got the ball spotted about the 6.
About the 6. I knew it was close. Great pass and great catch by Barham.
He caught it just as he was getting ready to go out of bounds. He ran out of real estate before he could turn it up, but a fantastic throw and catch as we hit the 3:39-minute mark to go. Ripley has the ball. According to the scoreboard, the ball's at the 5, so it'll be first down and goal from the 5. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it off to Mabin. He goes off the left side, And tough sledding there as he might have got back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd down and 5.
Welch makes the stop. It's 2nd down, 5.
So still 2nd down and goal from the 5 with 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go. The Tigers knocking on the door, need to put one in here. The Tigers will be lined up with 1 wide to the left, 2 man set in the backfield. Quarterback takes the snap, he hands it to Moore again. He starts left, cuts back right.
He got it.
And he is close.
Touchdown.
Gets into the end zone with 2:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ripley will have 23 now, and it'll be 31 Dyersburg as Ripley gets ready for their point after as they narrow the gap and capitalize on that turnover with 2:42 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Hawkins will attempt the PAT.
Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:42 to go, it's now Dyersburg 31, Ripley 24 as we get ready for the Tigers to kick off. So a 7-point ball game here for the Tigers as they pull within 1 score of the Trojans, the undefeated Trojans here at Tiny Knee Stadium, Jim Fitchew Field, and Don Parrish Press Box.
Maybe that's them 2 touchdowns that Dyersburg got is all their gas they got in their tank.
I hope so.
We can hope so, can't we?
We sure can. So Ripley has new life breathed into them.
This is by far the best ball game I've seen Ripley play in years.
In years, you're exactly right.
And that goes to show you once again, Mike, of how the program is going.
Yeah, we're headed in the right direction. See, we're not where we want to be yet,
No.
but we're a long way from where we started.
You know, some progress is better than no progress.
Oh, no doubt.
And of course, and I forgot how many was said that we're losing after this season, but it ain't a whole lot that's going on.
Not a lot of
team.
starters. I mean, we're gonna have a few big holes, but we've got a lot of positions that are coming back with a lot of experience. So Hawkins lines up on the near hash mark as he gets ready to kick off. And here's the kick. And he's going to
There
kick
you
it
go.
long kick. It's going to take him back to, no, he's going into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback. So Dyersburg does not get a chance to run this ball back as Hawkins puts it all the way into the end zone. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Dyersburg with 2:41 to go in the 3rd, and the Tigers within 7.
I watched on I don't know who put it on it might have been Caleb Monica that put it on the Facebook last week that he kicked that ball all the way over to the hill. That's about a 60-yard kick. Well, he kicked from the 40. Yeah, it's about a 70-yard kick.
That's long.
Yeah, long kick.
Also, if you want to see the games and you're listening to it on the radio and you want to see it on YouTube, it's all the games are always on YouTube, so you have an option to look at it there. Here's the Tigers or Trojans. They come to the line of scrimmage, they hand the ball to the big running back up the middle, and maybe a couple of yards, not much. Tigers stiffen up. Steve Vickery puts that on. It's a Tiger TV. And I think you can Google it on YouTube, maybe RHS versus DHS or Dyersburg High School. Those of you that are on Facebook, you can just typically go to his page and there's a link to it. So if you want to see a great football game and see the Tigers,
This is it.
you can go and watch a fantastic football game here. And of course, all the games are there. So you can keep that in mind and be able to listen to it live and then watch it back. 2:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. Dyersburg hands the ball off to a sweep going to the left, and Ripley is going to get him down at he's going to have about a 4 or 5 yard pickup. It's going to be short of the 1st, but he's going to be out to around the 29-yard line. He's going to be about to 28, it looks like. A couple yards short. It's going to be 3rd down and 2.
Tigers need to hold him here, Mike.
Yeah, if we can hold them here and make them punt and get decent field position and us have a short field for a change, that would be a big benefit. I just noticed the number 50 out there playing right guard. That's about the shortest fellow I've seen play football in high school. It plays in the line, and it's a toss or a handoff to the big man going off the left side. He breaks a couple of tackles and he runs over the second and third man and finally gets brought down, but not until he gets the first down at the 39-yard line. And that was a hard run by, I mean, he's a big running back, and he ran hard too. That is, again, number 4. And, you know, when you've got a 6'2", 225-pound tailback that can run like him, that's impressive.
You're not going to shoulder tackle him. You're going to have to lay the wood to him and just hit him low.
Number 50, the guy that I talked about, he is Cedric Curry. They have him listed at 5'5", 190 pounds.
You talking about from Ripley?
No, for Dyersburg.
Dyersburg.
Plays right guard. And a toss sweep going to the far side, number 5 with the ball. He's got the edge, and he is hit right at the first down marker, so it's going to be a pickup of around 11. So that'll move the sticks with 35 seconds to go until halftime. Let's see, I haven't seen them move the sticks yet. It looked like it was going to be close.
He might have went out of bounds, Mike.
No, the clock's still running.
Oh, it is.
So they're spotted it back just a little bit short. So it will be second down and just a matter of inches. And they've got 14 seconds to get this play off. So this will be the last play of the third quarter, barring a penalty. Here's the snap, and they fake the ball into him, and they throw it into the flat, and it's complete. And he's going to be hit and brought down, but not until he gets the first down to the 31-yard line. And that was the last play of the third quarter. So at the end of 3, it is Ripley 24, Dyersburg 31. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with a fourth and final quarter right after this. It is the fourth quarter here at Tiny Knee Stadium, Jim Fitzhugh Field, and Don Paris press box, as it's going to be first down and 10 for the Trojans. They'll have the ball at the Tiger 31-yard line, and they have the lead 31-24, but Ripley putting up a fight against these Dyersburg undefeated Trojans. Dyersburg will come to the line with one wide to the left, man in motion, and they hand it to the big running back, and he goes off the left side, and he breaks into the secondary, finally hit, and still had not brought down. He breaks loose and finally pushed out of bounds inside the 5. That was number 42. He's bigger than number 7 that's been running the ball. I don't have a 42 on the roster, but I venture to say he's probably 230 or 240. Not quite as tall as the other running back, but he was a load. And we had 3 people that hit him, and it looked like they had him stopped, and he just kept churning and broke loose and got down to the ball's at the 2-yard line according to the scoreboard. So it's first down and goal from the 2.
Yeah, he wouldn't give up. He wouldn't quit.
So Dyersburg comes to the line, one wide out to the right, and they hand the ball to him again going off the right side, and he walks into the end zone for a Trojan touchdown with 11:15 to go in the fourth. Dyersburg puts 6 more up to make the score now 37, Ripley 24, as they get ready for their point after.
Harris on the score for the Trojans.
So we'll get this PAT underway. I was trying to look up some, and it is good. So the score now 38-24, and we'll be back with the Trojan kickoff in 30 seconds. Back as the Dyersburg Trojans kick off to the Tigers. It's going to be taken at the 10-yard line by Barham, and he starts to his right, breaks back across the middle, and twists and turns and gets out across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Up to about the 26-yard.
Mickey, going to have to listen when we take those breaks because we think we're off the air, and there's no telling what we may say.
With 11:06 left in this game, the scrimmage begins.
So it's going to be first down and 10 for Dyersburg, for the Tigers. The ball is at the 26-yard line. I can't read it from here. Dyersburg or Ripley up to the line of scrimmage, 2 wides to either side, man in motion, and the quarterback is wanting to throw. He's looking, got a man downfield long, and it's complete to Barham at the 40-yard line. So that is a 35, 36-yard completion.
Gage Barham.
That's a good pass by Tyler and a better catch by Barnes.
It was great all the way around. Fantastic.
Now we need to come back and capitalize on this right here.
So 10:52 as the Tigers have a new set of downs. The ball is at the 39-yard line of the Trojans. The Tigers line up 2 to the left and 2 to the right. Ross in at quarterback. He takes a snap, hands it. Oh, no, he fakes the handoff. He's going to run it himself. So he goes off left side and picks up about 4 yards, bringing up 2nd down and 6.
Ross on the keepers, carries for about 3 yards, 2nd down, 7.
.10:15 to go in the third. Dyersburg 38, Ripley 24. Ripley has the ball, 2nd down and 7 at the Trojan 36-yard line. Ripley will have 2 wide to either side. Ross, the quarterback, takes a snap, wanting to throw, looking downfield, got a man over the middle, and it is incomplete. It looked like it was close to an interference, but I don't think it was. The ball was intended
For number 23, I think.
23, and the ball hit him in the hands. It bounced off of his hands, so it falls incomplete, bringing up 3rd down and 7.
Still got plenty of time in this ball game for the Tigers to come back and get this win.
A big 3rd down for the Tigers.
From the 36.
Tigers have 2 wide to either side again. Here's the snap. He's looking to throw. He's going to be hit as he throws the ball, and it falls incomplete as it does go forward, and he was hit from the blind side just as he was moving his hand forward, his arm forward, so it does fall incomplete and counts as a forward pass that does fall incomplete. So it's 4th down and 7. The ball is at the 36, so it would be about a 50-yard field goal if we kicked from here, but it looks like that the Tigers are going to go for it on 4th down.
I think it's a smart move, don't you? Or would you go for the 3 and get to 3 and beat only down 11?
Man, it's hard to say.
Yeah,
You know, 50 is that's a long kick. I think he makes it about as many times as he misses it, but we've done pretty good throwing the ball, and the Tigers are going to have to take a timeout and going to think about this. So hope you're listening, Mickey. We're going to take a 30-second timeout and be back right after this. 9:42 to go in the fourth. It's 4th down for the Tigers. 4th and 7, they're going for it. Tigers split 2 wide to either side. Ross, the quarterback, he wants to throw. He's flushed out of the pocket. It's going forward. He throws into the end zone, overthrows his man. He had a man which was Gage Barham, and he had a few steps, but Ross was under a lot of pressure, and he overthrows the ball, and it falls incomplete, so the ball will go over on downs. Dyersburg will get the ball with 9:36 to go, and they'll have it at their own 36-yard line.
I think if Tyler would have went ahead and ran with that ball like he started, because he had the 1st down. But, it's hard to make a decision when you're out there and you got people chasing you with the ball.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to call it, a lot easier to say what you would do from up here.
If me, I'd be thrown out of bounds every time.
I wouldn't want all the big guys chasing me.
Because that front line for the Tigers, Mike, he's giving them plenty of time to throw that ball.
Most of the time. Pressure's typically coming off the edges. Dyersburg's toss sweep coming this way, and they're blocking downfield. And Tigers are going to get him out of bounds, but not until he picks up the 1st down or right at it. So about a 10-yard pickup on the 1st down play.
45-yard line.
And they're saying he's about a half a yard short. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 1 for Dyersburg as they have the ball just shy of the 46-yard line.
The Trojans are not doing anything different. They're just going jet sweep left and jet sweep right and up the middle. But that front line for Dyersburg doing a good job of blocking too.
Well, what's impressed me most is their wide receivers are blocking downfield.
Yeah.
So 2nd down and 1, 9:28 to go in the 4th quarter. Dyersburg up 38-24 over the Tigers. 2 wide to the right, man in motion. They hand the ball to the big fullback. He's hit hard at the line of scrimmage. I don't know if he got it. That was number 55 for the Tigers. That was Evans, and that was one of the hardest hits I've seen all year as the number 4 at 200. They say his forward progress did get it, but I mean he didn't get it by much.
He sure did.
As he went into the line full speed, and Evans met him full speed, and Evans took him back he never took him off his feet, but he took him back about 6 or 7 yards.
I ain't so sure he made that first down. If he did, it was close.
It was close, and that was a big time hit right there. That's a highlight. It is a highlight video, that clip right there. First down for Dyersburg from their own 47. One wide out to the right, split backfield, hand the ball to the big fullback going off the right side. He's in the second level, and there's a flag comes in.
That's going to be holding or blocking one on Dyersburg.
And he's going to not be tackled until he gets down inside the 10, but it should be coming back.
About the 50-yard line. There is a flag.
So that should be a hold based on where it came in, and it is. So that will back them up. The ball is at the flag was at the 50, so it should come back and be behind the sticks.
But when you got like you dancing with your offense to the defense, that's got to be a hold.
Especially where it came in. And so that will back up the Trojans to the 40-yard line, so it will be
40-yard line of the Trojans. Down remains first.
so it'll be first and 17.
Tiger definitely need a big stop.
They do. They've got them backed up now, so behind those sticks. Now's the time to do it. It's a toss sweep coming to the right. They've got some room, and they are going to not get him down until I thought he maybe stepped out of bounds around the 50, but they say he got right at the first down marker, so he needed 17, and he picked up just about 17.
On the carry.
That was number 27 for the Dyersburg that time.
It's second down.
Yeah, number 27 is Reed Bonner. He's a 5'9", 170-pound senior. As you can tell, it's like you mentioned earlier, Tracy, most of these guys, if not all, that we're calling off for Dyersburg, they're all pretty much all seniors, and a lot of our guys are sophomores and juniors. Second down and 1, and they hand the ball to the big running back. He gets the first down. He's hit hard again there by Evans. He gets the first down, picks up about 3 down to the 40-yard line, but a good stop by Evans. Evans really coming alive here. I mean, he's played a good game, but he's really making an impact by himself here in this fourth quarter as we go under 7:40 to go in the game.
Well, I know Evans is a senior. McKenna's number 24 is a senior. And I don't know who else, Mike. That's on that defensive line.
Yeah, we've got a few seniors sprinkled in, but not a ton. So Dyersburg comes back to the line of scrimmage. First and 10 from the 40, and they hand the ball to the running back, and he's tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 5.
Number 10 got him, but he stuck his legs up the triple.
So it'll be a loss of 5, be second down and 15 for Dyersburg as we just go under the 7-minute mark.
I guess you get him any way you can, can't you?
Yeah. At this point, everything counts. Don't have a lot to lose, so just play. Give it all you got. Leave it all on the field. Second down and 15. Trojans on the line, and they want to throw, and they got a man running downfield, and it's complete over the middle. A great open field tackle there by Tigers. That was number 3, Maven. And but he is right at the first down. He gets the first down marker. He had a man actually running. He had 2 or 3 steps on our defensive back coming down the near sideline, but he threw it over the middle of the field to his, I guess, secondary receiver, and he just did get the first down. So it'll be first down and 10, ball at the 29-yard line with 6:15 to go in the game. Dyersburg 38, Ripley 24.
And this has been a well of a ball game.
It's been a great game. And it's all the way through the game. That's been the most impressive part about it. So we're definitely getting better. We're improving. Dyersburg's a toss sweep going to the far side, and he just cuts inside one of the Tigers as he was almost hitting the backfield, but he winds up picking up about 11 and picking up a first down as we had a contained man that did turn him in, but he wasn't able to make the tackle. So they say he picks up 9, so it's second down and 1, ball at the 20-yard line.
if you take away those two long passes down the middle that we didn't cover the receiver on, Mike, this is a different ball game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a tie ball game if you take those away. Well, win, lose, or draw, Dyersburg's going to know they were in a game tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Dyersburg will come back, quarterback under center, one wide out to the left, split backfield, man in motion, and they're going to hand it to the big man going off the left side. He's in the second level, and he's headed for the edge, and he goes into the front of the end zone. And let's see if they're going to say he is. Did he get it? Yep, he gets. No, I thought he was short, just about a foot, but I haven't seen an indication yet. Yep, they got it because they put it up on the scoreboard anyway, and they're lined up for the PAT. So that opens up the score now, 44-24.
Well, I'll tell you something we've done against Dyersburg that Haywood and O'Brien hadn't done, and that scored 24 points against Dyersburg.
Is that right? And they get their point after. So with 1 second to go in the ball game, the score,
5 minutes left.
Ripley 24, Dyersburg 45.
24 is your score.
We're gonna keep it right here as we get ready for the Trojan kickoff.
I mean, the Tigers have nothing to be ashamed of tonight, Mike.
No, they can hold their head high tonight.
Nothing at all.
I'm gonna mess with Mickey a little bit and say I'm afraid to leave because I'm afraid she's not gonna be in the control room in here. 5:01 to go in the ball game. Ripley 24, Dyersburg 45, but it's been a lot closer ball game than what the score sounds.
Yes, it has. Like I said, you take away a couple of them big plays from Dyersburg, and it's a totally different ball game. And this is a good time for next season too, Mike.
Welch puts the ball.
You know, and the thing about it is,
And we'll put this
provided we make it to the playoffs, we're getting better, and we're getting better, and we're getting better. And maybe if we get to the playoffs, we'll be playing our best ball.
Yeah. Well, like I say, O'Brien would have to beat Haywood for us not to get to the playoffs.
And Dyersburg is offsides again, but they don't call it. So the Tigers are going to take the ball to 25, and it gets out to the 40-yard line. And that is number 25 for the Tigers on the carry. And number 25 is Philander Drain.
He's a sophomore.
He is a sophomore. And I've seen Dyersburg, it looks like they've, at least twice, I know, that they've been offsides on the kickoff that they did not call it. And I'll be honest, several times during the game, I know that you want to take off, right on the snap count, if you could, just a split second before that. But their running backs, most of the time the one that's getting the ball, he's leaving almost a half a count early. So we will we'll have to play with the rules they give us, and quarterback drops back, he won't throw, he's throwing long downfield, he's got a man wide open, and it falls incomplete. It goes right through the hands of the receiver.
That was Hunter
Crowder, and he had his man beat by 2 steps, and the ball goes right through his hands and falls incomplete. And he would have been into the end zone for a quick strike had he been able to reel that ball in.
Well, you know what? I might have been wrong, Mike. That might have been Barham because Hunter's right here.
Okay, well, it was Barham then.
But still, a beautiful pass by Tyler, and that would have been a beautiful catch. But you can't catch him, Mike.
No, I mean, it was over the head or over the shoulder. It wasn't like it was an inside slant or an easy catch by any stretch. 2 wideouts to either side for the Tigers. Quarterback wants to throw. They've got some time, and it's a completion to Mabin as he gets the first down across the 45 and down to the 42-yard line, 41-yard line. So first down, Tigers.
Of the Trojans. First down, Tigers.
And I've been really impressed with the time they've been giving Ross here as of late. Now, he's been under rush several times during the game, but they've given him a lot of time several times during the game as well. So first down and 10 for the Tigers. Here's the snap. Quarterback rolls to his left, wanting to throw, looking downfield. He's got a man, and he throws it and almost picked off as it was batted away by the Trojan defenders, and it falls incomplete. So it'll bring up second down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 41-yard line. Or excuse me, at the Trojan 41-yard line.
Passing intended for Barham.
So the Tigers will line up with 3 wideouts to the left this time. one to the right. Ross is your quarterback. Takes a snap, wanting to throw, looking to his left. He throws into the flat. It's complete. And let's see. Oh, he grabbed him around the neck and threw him down. That should be a penalty. I don't see a flag coming in. He's going to say he's down at the 40, around the 45-yard line. So that's a pickup of 6. So it'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Tigers.
Looked like a horse collar to me.
Yeah, that was looked like that was pretty blatant tackle. I think something should have been called.
Mr. Harold said it wasn't, but what we saw was.
3:44 to go in the ball game. Ripley with the ball. 3rd down and 4. Quarterback takes a snap. He's under pressure as he caught it on a roll. He's got the 1st down as he runs the ball himself and gets inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line.
That should be 1st down.
That is the 1st down. So with 3:29 to go, Ripley has another 1st down at the 26-yard line. 1st down and 10.
Tyler put the Jets on that right there when he got loose and just ran on. Got that 1st down.
Let's see, the Tigers' next opponent, Decatur County Riverside. Their final is 49-0 over Houston County.
Houston County ain't no county.
Lexington fell to Hardin County 31-0. Tigers come to the line of scrimmage, rolling to his left as Ross wanting to throw. He's throwing it long downfield. He's got a man. It's a touchdown. Tigers in the end zone, and that is, I believe, who is that?
Touchdown!
That's number 23, I believe, Mabin.
No, maybe 3, number 23.
Okay, then that'd be
Lander Green, Mike.
23, and I believe is it 23 or 25. He moved his arm. That's 23. So the Tigers get 6 more and make the score now 45-30 as they line up for their point after. So the Tigers not giving up.
It's been the most points we scored all year.
Well, except for the Fayette Ware.
Yeah,
We had 42 in that one.
Right.
Here's the snap, here's the hold and the kick, and there's a flag that comes in, or at least a stoppage of play, and they're going to say it's a procedure penalty against the Tigers. So that'll back it up 5 yards. It shouldn't be much of a problem for Hawkins.
No, all he got to do is just kick the side of the ball with the area of his leg, and then it'll go in.
And here is the PAT again. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 3 minutes exactly left in the ball game, like that again, that Tiger touchdown, like all Tiger touchdowns this year, brought to you courtesy of Lauderdale County Bank, as they donate $25 for every touchdown to the Ripley football program. So a big thank you to Bank Tennessee. And the Tigers again with 31-45, 31-45. The Tigers, down by 2 touchdowns and about to kick the ball off. But Dyersburg knows they've been in the ball game, and I don't know if anybody. I hadn't kept up what their scores were this year and who they played, but they probably haven't played anybody that's played them as hard as Ripley has.
Well, they beat O'Brien County 48-6. Beat Haywood County 45 or 44 to 14.
Tonight is the last home game. How are there games left for the Tigers?
No doubt that the
Next week,
Trojans are shocked because they expect this game to go to the Mercy real early and get home quick. But
I'm sure you're right about that.
the Tigers have a different thing. The Tigers going to go for an onside kick, Mike. Which I don't
Oh, yeah.
mind.
And that is where Hawkins is lined up, so he can kick the onside kick. And all the hands people up for Dyersburg. And it takes a good bounce, but the Trojans do a good job of coming down with it. Let's see, Dyersburg this year, they played MLK and they beat them 63-6. And they beat Brighton 42-7. They beat O'Brien 48-6. They beat Millington 50-21. They beat Haywood 48-14. They beat Jackson Northside 42-20. And now last week they had kind of a scare. They
Against Bolivar.
27-20. So other than that kind of a fluke last week, the Tigers have played them a good ball game. We'll see if they're able to get one more score. If the Tigers can slow them down and get the ball back, can make it a lot more respectable. And it's not that it's not already. They hand the ball to the big man going off the right side. He gets the first down as he's tackled across the 50-yard line down to the 48-yard line. It's going to be real close to the first down. And they move the sticks. No, they don't move the sticks. It's going to be second. No, there they go. They move them now. So first down and 10 for Trojans.
And the thing about Bolivar was 1-5 when they went to that game.
Yeah. It was a shock that they played them as close as they did. So, Ripley, and I didn't mean for it to sound like it did, that they can make it sound more respectable, because this has been a respectable game, period, especially playing against an undefeated Dyersburg team.
And you take away them 2 long passes right up the middle to where we didn't have anybody, Mike, and like I say, this is a tie ball game.
2-man split wide to the left for Dyersburg. Quarterback under center. They hand it to the big running back. He's keeping it on the ground. And a good job there by number 24 of the Tigers.
That was
McKinnis, as he just kind of grabbed him with one hand and slung him down backwards. And that shows the strength of that young man. So he loses yardage on the play. So Ripley takes a timeout with 2:07 to go in the ball game. But he actually did pick up about a yard. So it'll be second down and 9.
We had McKinnis at the beginning of the season. Of course, he got into an accident during the 4th of July. A bottle of rock or something blew up in his hand or whatever. You probably look at the Tiger team, Mike, probably undefeated.
He would have made a difference, there's no doubt.
Well, we got to realize that we got number 68 that's a sophomore, 75 is a sophomore. And, there's just a load of sophomores juniors on this Tiger team. Which I know we're losing McKinnis on offense, we're losing Eric Evans on offense and different ones. Look like number 68 for the Tigers just coming out of the ball game. He's favoring his shoulder. That's Eric Hulse. He's a senior.
Dyersburg comes to the line with one wide out to the right and a toss sweep going to the right, and he's got a little room as he goes down the far sideline. He's not going to be tackled till he gets to the 30, so that'll move the chains. They pick up their 9 and about 10 more. So with 1 or 2 minutes exactly left to go in the ball game, Dyersburg has a new set of downs. The Ripley defense would love to keep them out as they spot the ball exactly at the about the 31-yard line. So that's where Dyersburg will have it with 1:50 and counting to go in the ball game. First down and 10.
Great job, ladies.
And next season we'll be a whole lot more experienced, Mike, and a whole lot better.
Well, a lot of these teams that they're beating us pretty good this year got a lot of seniors, and so they got a lot of holes to fill next year, and we've got a lot that we'll have coming back. Up to the line of scrimmage, and it's a hand the ball off to the running back. He's hitting the backfield for a loss. That was number 5 was tackled. I didn't see who made the tackle. It's on the far sideline. He loses about 5, bring up second down and 15. The ball back at the 35-yard line. Ripley takes a timeout with 1:21 to go in the ball game.
I'm like you. I believe Dyersburg knows they've been in the ball game, and next week they got to take on Crockett County.
Yeah, so they definitely are. They won't underestimate Ripley, because I was saying earlier, looking at their scores or their roster and who we've called out tonight, they have a lot of seniors that they're going to be losing, that they're going to have guys to step up. And a lot of those guys may be seniors too, but they didn't get the playing time this year that our sophomores and juniors got. So I think we're going to be positioned pretty well next year to compete with these teams that kind of had their way with us this year. But the Tigers are definitely getting better every game. Much better team than what we started out this year against Southside, even though Southside has ended up being just a slobber knocker. And here's a quarterback as he tosses it to the running back coming this way. He goes inside and outside, and number 5 brought down at the 30-yard line.
I don't think he even made it to the original line of script. Well, they're going to say he did too.
Yeah, he's at the 30, so he picked up about 2 yards.
Dylan Jones as well.
But it'll be third down, and they're going to say he picked up about 3. So third down and 7. A long 7 or a short 8. Time is ticking in 50 seconds to go in the ball game. Third down for Dyersburg. Ball at the 29-yard line. Dyersburg will break the huddle, send one wide out to the right. Quarterback will be under center, split backfield. Wing back to your right. Quarterback a long snap count, trying to pull the Tigers off and say toss, or fake the toss sweep and hand it to the running back going up the middle, and he bulls forward down to the 20-yard line. So he'll have a first down with 19 seconds to go in the ball game. So the goal for the defense now is this next 19 seconds, probably just a play. Just don't let them break one loose and get a touchdown here and end the ball game 45-31, which is a very respectful score compared to the scores that we noticed earlier that the Trojans have played and how handily they beat everybody this year except for Barton. And that's going to be the last play of the ball game. They're not going to get another play off. So the final score here from Ripley, Tiny Knee Stadium, Jim Fitzhugh Field, and Don Parrish Press Box is Ripley 45, or excuse me, I wish, Dyersburg 45, Ripley 31, but Ripley puts up a whale of a game tonight.
Like I say, Mike, you take away them 2 long passes from Dyersburg, and it's a different story. But the Tigers come out tonight scratching and wanting to play, and they did. And that's a good sign because we got most of our team coming back that year. And when you play a bunch of seniors against a bunch of sophomores and juniors, I mean, you got to play with what you got. But what a well of a ball game tonight by them Ripley Tigers. Well of a ball game.
Congratulations to the Ripley High School football team and to the coaching staff. And again, a big crowd here for the Ripley Tigers and for the Dyersburg Trojans, and people got their money's worth tonight.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
So remember that Ripley Tigers will play their last regular season game next Friday night at Parsons Riverside, and they will be open the following week, which will be week 10, and that's where the Tigers' playoff hopes will lie in that game. So remember, if the Tigers win, or if Haywood beats Obion County, Ripley's in. If Obion County wins, they're in and Ripley's out. So again, try to make the trip next week to Parsons to watch the Ripley Tigers in their final game of the regular season of 2018. If you can't, you can always listen to it or watch it here on 1570 WTRB or 104.9 or at Tiger TV. And that's going to do it here from Tiny Knee Stadium. Again, the final score, Ripley 31 and Dyersburg 45.